Folks, Donald Trump is sad. He's sad and he's angry, and that is a horrible combination. And the reason he is both sad and angry is because over the last few weeks, he's got nothing but negative press, and the press has been a little mean to him. You know, between Signalgate and the tariffs and, you know, the embarrassment of his tariff announcement, just the special elections all of it has just been so bad for the guy. Elon Musk embarrassing everybody and everything. And so according to a new report from Jonathan Lemire at The Atlantic, Donald Trump has spent the last few weeks, according to people close to him, calling up his friends and allies throughout the night to whine about all of the negative press coverage that he's getting. Let me read you this. According to Lemire, Trump has recently taken to phoning allies late at night to complain about a series of negative stories, according to the outside ally and another person who has received such cause. He remains angry at National Security Advisor Mike Waltz for inadvertently adding Jeffrey Goldberg, the editor-in-chief of The Atlantic, to his Signal chat about attack plans to strike Houthi rebels in Yemen. He has resisted firing Waltz so as not to be seen as giving in to the media, though he has fumed about Waltz having Goldberg's number in his phone. Add to that, he's angry that his bold move to end the wars in Gaza and Ukraine have floundered as attacks have increased instead of tailing off, with the report specifically noting, quote, Trump has watched as a ceasefire in Gaza has been shattered and as Vladimir Putin has refused to agree to American terms to bring a temporary halt to the fighting in Europe. But the report says what really pissed him off the most is the coverage of the deportations. Not just the coverage of it, the Republican reaction to it, specifically pointing to the fact that even Joe Rogan turned against him for deporting innocent legal residents to that Salvadorian torture prison. Trump is angry. But I think this story also kind of gets at something that I have mentioned many times over the last few years, and that is the fact that Donald Trump's most extreme outbursts on social media tend to come in the middle of the night. And I've often said, including this past week, that it's weird that he just stays up all night being angry and obsessing about these things, and that is what those posts on Truth Social show us. But now it's even further than that. It's not just him getting pissed off and, frantically typing on his phone to put out whatever horrible thing he wants to say. Now he's involving other people. Now he's making phone calls to his friends, to his, donors, like, what is going on? I'm so mad. What are you doing? Why am I up at 2 a.m. calling you? That's not normal. A normal person doesn't do that unless, of course, they are somebody that is in a moment of crisis. If you have suddenly in the middle of the night find yourself in some kind of peril, some kind of trouble, or some horrible atrocity has impacted you and you do have to reach out to somebody, that's one thing. This is a man who is stewing in his own hatred and his own anger, and he's now making it other people's problems by waking them up in the middle of the night. That's not normal. That is a symptom of something severely wrong with his mental status. And that is what we need to focus on, and that is what is missing from this Atlantic piece. But I do have a piece of advice for Donald. You want the negative press to stop? You want people to start being nice to you? You want people to start admiring you? Then stop being an a-hole, right? I mean, it literally is that simple. This economic destruction that we are seeing right now is coming 100% from you. From just these policy decisions that you alone have enacted and concocted. You literally didn't have to do that. These deportations, you don't have to do that. The horrible things on Truth Social, you don't have to do that. I know your, psychosis, whatever you want to call it, compels you to do these things, but what I'm telling you at the same time is that it is still a personal choice. Everything you're mad about is because of personal choices you have made. So if you don't want people to call you out for that, it literally is as simple as just don't do it. Thanks for watching today, everybody. And don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it. You can follow the links in the description of this video.